Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everybody's all doing well. In today's video, I want to talk about Janibek's unanimous decision victory over Denzel Bentley last night. If you're new to the channel though, please hit the like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. So Janibek, was victorious via unanimous decision. In the pre-fight video, I picked Janibek to probably stop Denzel Bentley in the mid-rounds. I think I said the 5th or 6th round, I could see Janibek getting the stoppage. That wasn't the case. The fight ended up being a lot more competitive than me and most boxing fans expected. Fight ended up going the distance. Denzel Bentley, really credit to Denzel Bentley, it was a big opportunity for him getting a shot at a world title. He had nothing to lose. He obviously came in great shape. And, he gave it his all. He showed a lot of heart, and he showed that he had a lot of dog in him. He started growing into the fight, actually, and towards the end, he had, quite a bit of success. Started standing his ground, started actually pushing Janibek backwards. And in that sense, I don't think Janibek was exposed last night, which I saw quite a few people were saying. It's obviously overreaction Sunday. People, were not expecting the fight to be competitive at all. People were saying, huge cherry pick mismatch. It was a voluntary defense. Janibek had never been 12 rounds, so it was a test for both guys actually going the distance. But, because people were expecting the fight to be an absolute blowout, people are now overreacting, saying Janibek was absolutely exposed. He's a hype job. I don't think he was exposed or that he's a hype job. I think he's going to be a very tough matchup still for almost everybody in the division. He's a very, technical, pressure, counterpuncher, southpaw. Very tough stylistic matchup. Guy with a lot of amateur pedigree, good boxing IQ. And we saw that in there. He was doing what he normally does. He was applying that pressure using his feints, a feint game. I mean, they were calling him Allen Iverson, and he was using his feints to draw shots out of Denzel Bentley, and then he was, countering him with that left hand, step back left hand, hitting him with uppercuts. You can see Janibek, he's got a lot of boxing knowledge and a lot of boxing IQ about the way he's going about things in there. However, I don't think it was one of his best performances. I think he did overlook Denzel Bentley. Started probably believing his own hype, thinking, he's just going to go in there and hit him a few times and Bentley's going to go down. It wasn't the case. Bentley was a big opportunity for him, and, he came in and gave it his all. And put on a good performance, so credit to Denzel Bentley for the performance he put on. He made it a fight when it wasn't really supposed to be one, and hopefully he goes on and gets some more, big opportunities, because that type of performance definitely deserves him, getting some other, big names and decent fights out there. So let's hope Frank can deliver some more opportunities for Denzel Bentley, because that was a good performance from him. And like I say, it wasn't a great performance from Janibek, but now he's got to go back to the drawing board, and hopefully we see him matched up either against Chris Eubank or Jamie Munguia for him, which I actually think are good stylistic matchups for him, and I'd probably pick him in both those fights. So I'm not saying that Janibek was, is a hype job and he was absolutely exposed. I did see flaws in his game there, that if you do push him back, you might be able to bulldog him that way, because I do think when he starts going backwards, he starts, maybe running out of ideas a little bit. He's not as confident on the back foot. He's a lot more easy to hit, and, he kind of loses control of the fight a bit that way. He likes to obviously be in control of the fight, and him being the one pressuring you, kind of dictating the pace, using his feints to, pull shots out of you when he wants. But, Denzel Bentley did show that when you put it on him and you push him backwards and let your hands go, he can be hit, and he was responding to it still with counters. But if he's in there against a guy with power, and he's getting pushed back like that, that would be an interesting test for him, because I know Denzel Bentley has a decent KO ratio, but he's not a huge puncher in the middleweight division. And, he's not one of the top guys in the middleweight division either. But like I say, we should see him in there against either, Jamie Munguia next, or Chris Eubank. And those, like I said, I think those are actually good matchups for him. I do think Janibek beats both those guys. Let me know what your guys' thoughts and opinions on the comment section below. But I had Janibek winning 8 to 9 of the 12 rounds last night, so it wasn't an awfully close fight either. I feel like he was outlanding Denzel Bentley in most of the rounds, and he's landing the cleaner, harder, more eye-catching shots. So I definitely don't see where this opinion is that it was a robbery and that Denzel Bentley should have got given the decision. I definitely don't agree with that. Janibek was controlling most of the fight. He was outlanding the guy in most rounds. I mean, there was only about 3 or 4 rounds where Denzel Bentley outlanded him. And, I mean, Janibek was landing hard counters. They were eye-catching shots. He hurt Bentley a few times in there, whereas I don't think Bentley really hurt Janibek. He landed some good shots on Janibek, and he had success, but I don't think he ever really wobbled Janibek, where I did see Janibek wobble Denzel Bentley, possibly 2 or 3 times in there. So, it wasn't a great performance from Janibek, but he definitely did enough to get the victory and, retain his belt. And he went 12 rounds for the first time, so that's going to help him develop. It was a good test. So I do think he will improve from this, and I think he now knows, like, look, it's not going to be easy defending this belt. I may have got it easily without fighting, anybody, and then Andrade vacated the belt. So I got the title easy, but keeping it's not going to be so easy. So I'm looking forward to seeing who both men fight next. I hope it's a top, contender for Janibek, hopefully a mandatory or a unification fight. And with Denzel Bentley, I hope he gets, some more opportunities, because it was a good performance from him. It was, a good fight from both guys. I enjoyed it, so shout out to both guys. Good fight. And I'm looking to see what's next for both guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of the fight and who you want to see each guy, in there against next. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys again soon. Cheers.